Welcome, and thank you for taking the time to learn about Interact IoT-enabled connected lighting software and systems. My name is Jonathan Weinert, content marketeer in the global B2B Marcom organization at Signify. Interact is one of Signify's several global brands that work together to create fully functional, highly secure end-to-end IoT lighting solutions. Before we get started, I invite you to watch this brief film that will give you a taste and a preview of what Interact is all about.
Light now brings you insight. By collecting data, it enables intuitive buildings and efficient cities that are easier to manage, plan, and maintain, and cost less to run, so you can locate a free desk, an empty meeting space that's nearby, or an item on your list. Data can transform service and streamline operations so that they're more efficient. Light can make you more productive by adjusting to the way you work. It can help you wake up refreshed. Data can optimize stores and improve layout in office spaces. It can create safer conditions through predictive lighting maintenance and automatic illumination in cities and factories. It can inform environmental monitoring for healthier buildings. By integrating light, data, systems, dashboards, and developers, Interact creates light that informs. Light that beautifies and excites. And data that illuminates.
In this presentation, I'm going to talk a little about the history of how we arrived at the current moment in lighting technology, define some key terms, and then give an overview of what Interact is and what Interact lighting software and systems can do for businesses and cities. Then, without getting too technical, I will talk about how Interact works before giving a rundown of what Interact offers in the different business sectors for which we have designed solutions. Finally, I'll give an overview of the Interact developer environment community and support that Signify provides Interact customers globally. First, a little history. Signify started life as Philips Lighting, one of the first manufacturers of electric lamps in the late 1800s, and a global leader in lighting for the past 125 years. In 2008, Philips became the first company to produce a viable LED replacement lamp for consumers, and also became a world leader in professional LED lighting with its acquisition of pioneering LED luminaire maker Color Kinetics. Around 2012, we started designing our first connected lighting systems, and in 2017, we reinvented ourselves as Signify in recognition of our transition from luminaire manufacturer to supplier of lighting systems and services. We retained Philips and Color Kinetics as our global brands for lighting hardware and added Interact as our global brand for lighting software. We are now beginning to make the transition to lighting services and light as a service, where cities and businesses pay for the light rather than the lighting, and for lighting performance rather than lighting management. So we talk a lot about connected lighting, but what exactly does that mean? When we talk about the recent transitions in the lighting industry, the most important distinction to understand is the difference between conventional luminaires and connected luminaires. That difference has primarily to do with data. Conventional luminaires receive on, off, and sometimes dim commands from switches and controllers of varying levels of sophistication, but the data flows in one direction, from the controllers to the luminaires. Connected luminaires, on the other hand, have two-way data communications technology on board. This allows them not only to receive switching and dimming commands, but also to share information about their own status and operations. When outfitted with sensors of various kinds, connected luminaires can also collect data about the spaces they illuminate. This data can be gathered, stored, and analyzed to provide new business insight and to drive new applications that deliver both superior lighting capabilities and capabilities beyond illumination. This, in a nutshell, is what Interact is all about. And when we talk about Interact, we can really talk about it in 5 different but related ways. First of all, we talk about Interact as both the lighting software that works with connected luminaires, sensors, and other devices in the lighting network, and also as the connected system itself, which includes the Interact IoT platform. I'll talk a bit more about the Interact IoT platform later, but briefly, the platform stores data gathered from lighting system operations and the professional spaces that the lighting systems illuminate, allowing managers to analyze that data for deep, actionable insight. From a lighting perspective, Interact is lighting system monitoring and management software, which uses the two-way connectivity of luminaires and other system devices to keep track in real time of what's happening in the system. This includes system status, energy usage, occupancy and traffic patterns in indoor spaces, the ability to group and zone luminaires in the system for better management and monitoring, and automated fault detection, all of which is accessible through browser-based dashboards for centralized system control and operational visibility across an entire organization. From an IT perspective, Interact offers IoT capabilities to the users of spaces. Lighting systems represent a natural way of distributing smart systems in illuminated spaces. Lighting is already installed where everybody needs to go. It's powered, and it's typically overhead, which is an ideal location for deploying sensors throughout a space. Consequently, you can use an Interact connected lighting system to enable indoor location-based services, personal control of lighting in offices, noise and incident monitoring on city streets, and integration with other smart systems in buildings and cities. Finally, Interact is a platform or an environment for new app development and system integration. The Interact IoT platform includes a number of APIs that developers can use to create apps to control Interact systems or that consume the data collected from those systems and integrate lighting with other services in buildings and cities. As I mentioned earlier, Interact IoT lighting affords both illumination benefits and benefits beyond illumination. These benefits group together in several categories. By reducing lighting energy usage by up to 80% over conventional systems, Interact can support climate action and net zero building initiatives, as well as enhancing city resiliency and disaster recovery. Real-time monitoring and management dashboards and automated alerts increase operational efficiency, as well as system uptime and operational reliability. Personal lighting control and environmental sensing enhances the well-being of people in illuminated spaces, whether monitoring noise levels and air quality on city streets, supporting circadian wellness in office workers, or giving hotel guests a comfortable and natural wake-up experience. Indoor positioning gives guidance to shoppers in retail spaces, helps office workers easily locate open desks and other available spaces, and helps managers optimize store layouts and workspace layouts as well. With dynamic lighting, lighting scenes and scheduling, you can deliver the right level and kind of light when and where it's needed. This can make office spaces more flexible, it can save energy, and it can also help you create special experiences to support special events in public places. By tracking occupancy and space usage over time, you can lower real estate costs, streamline workflows in factories or warehouses, optimize retail store operations, and make sure that people are coexisting safely in professional and public spaces. Dynamic and color-changing lighting can create attractive and engaging experiences for shoppers. It can help foster a sense of community in a city. It can help brand a city and drive commerce, and it can entertain and excite in sporting arenas and concert halls and the like. Real-time monitoring and automated fault detection increase system uptime, help people feel safer on city streets at night, and resolve system issues often before they even occur. Finally, Interact connected lighting systems serve as a natural entry point for the IoT. You can build new applications on the Interact platform, integrate interact lighting with other systems, and share data for new insights. So how does an Interact system actually work? Without getting too deeply into the technical details, an Interact system consists of hardware, software, and services, all supported by the Interact IoT platform, which is typically in the cloud, but sometimes runs in an enterprise. The hardware level consists of connected luminaires, sensors, controls, beacons, and other system devices that are installed in the illuminated space. This includes luminaires and other devices from Philips and Color Kinetics, as well as compatible luminaires and devices from third parties who partner with us or who participate in our OEM program. For cities, we make a retrofit connector device that allows street lighting managers to bring existing streetlights under Interact management, regardless of the manufacturer of the streetlight. Interact system hardware communicates with the Interact IoT platform, typically in the cloud. The platform, in turn, serves all of the different software suites that we have created for the different business sectors that we support. The platform also makes APIs available and supports our developer partner program. The platform allows Signify to make professional, managed, and lifecycle services available to Interact customers, addressing all system phases from design, operation, to end of life. All of this is delivered with state-of-the-art cybersecurity at every level of the system architecture. Now let me turn to the Interact software suites themselves. At the moment, we have 8 different software suites for 8 different business sectors: cities, offices, landmark or public spaces, industry, sports, retail, hospitality, and Interact Pro for supporting small to medium-sized enterprises. Each Interact suite consists of several software applications for delivering connected lighting in several application areas. We're constantly adding to the software in each of these suites to provide the best possible lighting experiences in that sector. For example, Interact City currently offers lighting asset management, scene management, and energy optimization applications. But in the near future, we will also be adding applications for environmental monitoring and incident detection. As this is a general introduction to Interact, I'm not going to go into the details of the 8 Interact software suites. Instead, I'm going to focus on one representative outdoor application and one indoor one. First, the great outdoors. Interact City is primarily focused on street lighting. Cities can either install new LED streetlights that work with Interact or bring existing streetlights into the Interact system using our retrofit connector device. Interact City uses either the cellular network in a city to send commands to and receive data from connected streetlights, or it uses a self-healing mesh network topology. Mesh communications tend to work best when there is a fairly high density of streetlights in a given area, while cellular communications allow streetlights to be situated farther apart. It also allows each light point to communicate individually with the Interact City system, eliminating single points of failure. A map-based dashboard gives street lighting managers a view of the location and status of every light point in the system, allowing remote point-and-click control of individual streetlights, groups of streetlights, or the system as a whole. Fault notification automatically alerts maintenance personnel about the locations and details of system outages, eliminating the need for nighttime scouting crews and reducing response time from days to hours. With dimming schedules, and by lowering light levels to the minimum safety requirements when streets are empty of drivers and pedestrians, cities can realize significant reductions in lighting-related energy consumption and emissions. Last but not least, connected street lighting is a proven starting point for smart city initiatives. The energy savings alone often offset the initial costs, and cities that aren't able to replace or retrofit all of their streetlights at once can follow a phased approach. Once connectivity is established on the streets of a neighborhood or across an entire municipality, cities can add other IoT capabilities, such as noise monitoring and shot spotters. Connected street lighting can integrate with other city service systems, such as emergency systems, brightening the lights automatically when an incident occurs to help direct first responders and give them the best possible visibility on the ground. Cities can also add smart poles to their lighting system supporting smart initiatives such as citywide public broadband. Please watch this brief film about how Interact City has helped several municipalities in the state of New York in the eastern United States achieve citizen safety, climate action, and social equity goals.
Smart Street Lighting New York was announced by Governor Andrew Cuomo in his 2018 State of the State. The state has more than 1 million streetlights, so this effort will have a major impact across New York. To achieve the governor's goal of replacing at least 500,000 streetlights by 2025, NYPA has created a full turnkey service to help communities with the acquisition, design, construction, and financing of converting their streetlights to LEDs.
When we first started the streetlight conversion project, it was about reducing our carbon emissions. But as we looked at the technology and as we saw what was possible, it really became about social justice and equity issue. We're about 70% through the conversion, and we've already seen $2 million in savings. And that's part of equity too, right? If we can ensure that we're reducing our costs, that provides us with funding to make sure that we're able to settle our union contracts and pay just wages to our employees, and then have resources to focus on issues that are important to our neighborhoods.
What we're looking to do in White Plains right now is to explore every opportunity we can find to do our part to try to decrease carbon in the atmosphere, to try and make the city a safer place. We have to look for ways to save money. Many cities are in situations where even issuing bonds can be a problem because of their debt limit and things like that.
And NYPA came and actually did a whole matrix for us explaining how much money we can save by moving ahead with this all at once. The savings would outweigh the cost of the program, including the installation and the purchase of the fixtures.
The lights are probably good for 25 years. You're getting a better quality, a better outcome. You're saving the taxpayer money both immediately on the electric savings, but long-term on the maintenance savings. Our lights were completely deployed in about a 9-month span, and it was done with really no impact on our staffing.
Streetlights are an important asset within a community, as they are typically installed throughout all the neighborhoods. The streetlight system acts as the critical backbone for smart city deployment by providing the physical infrastructure to install IoT devices.
The lamps allow us to attach other technology. So in areas where we have lack of access to the internet, it opens up the possibility for us to find a partner who can provide internet services in our lower income neighborhoods.
Cobra heads, we converted about 9,600. In the next phase, we continue to pursue smart city initiatives. I think this is just the beginning, and hope Interact continues to advance so we can take advantage of those things.
I wanted to plan for the city of the future. We need to ensure that we're investing now for generations to come.
In indoor, Interact provides several software suites for different kinds of spaces. Interact Office for smart buildings, workspaces and educational institutions, Interact Industry for warehousing and manufacturing, Interact Retail for fashion shops and food and large retailers, and Interact Hospitality for hotels. Let's take a look here at Interact Office, as it has the greatest number of software applications, many of which it shares with the other indoor software suites. For the managers of workspaces, Interact Office features a dashboard for real-time monitoring and management of the lighting system, similar to the one for Interact City. But instead of a map of city streets, lighting system managers can see luminaires deployed across a floor plan of the illuminated space. Also, like Interact City, data-rich automated alerts signal system issues and speed repair and recovery. Space optimization is an important consideration for most businesses and corporate real estate managers. With occupancy and activity sensors, Interact Office can give both real-time and historical views of space usage, allowing managers to identify underused areas of floors that could potentially be closed, lowering costs. Heat maps and other visualizations can also help to ensure proper social distancing and alert employees of work areas that are safe and available. Indoor navigation supports guidance and intelligent resource location, how to get to the nearest open conference room, where is the coffee machine, where is the colleague who I have to meet with, and so on. Interact Office uses patented visible light communication, or VLC technology, to create a hyper-accurate positioning grid. VLC sends data over the LED light beam itself, allowing each luminaire in a space to identify itself in its location. The VLC data can be picked up by the camera on an employee's mobile device, allowing the system to pinpoint their location on a floor plan of the space. Once located, an employee can use one of the Interact Office smartphone apps or a third-party app for such capabilities as wayfinding and lighting personalization, where the employee can adjust the lighting intensity and color above their desk in an open plan office, and with HVAC system integration, may be able to adjust the temperature as well. Indoor navigation is also used extensively in Interact Retail, where shoppers can use it to find items and receive in-store promotions based on their current location, and retail shop managers can analyze in-store traffic patterns on a heat map to optimize store layouts and evaluate the performance of promotions or other special features. There are two versions of Interact Office, one with standard wired controls, which is preferred for new construction situations, and one with wireless controls, which is ideal for retrofits. Many of the connected luminaires that work with Interact Office are power over Ethernet, meaning that luminaires can receive both data and power over standard Ethernet cables, eliminating the need for electrical wiring and reducing installation costs. We've partnered with IT leaders, Cisco, and cable providers to create a joint validated design that can integrate tightly with a building's IP backbone. This means that it's easier to integrate lighting with building automation and other systems, such as scheduling and security. A rich set of Interact Office APIs enable these integrations and data sharing. To show many of these capabilities in action, let's look at how Norwegian system integrators Atea embedded Interact Office into their new Showcase Smart headquarters in Stavanger, Norway.
So Atea is a system integrator. We're doing lots of work with schools and of course also with smart buildings. By saying that this building is a living lab, we're constantly trying and testing our own products and our partners' products by using them ourselves. We have one network that can connect all our Wi-Fi, all our video systems, all our lightnings, all our equipment, so to speak, all our sensors in one converged network. And it's easy to pull out those sensor data from one network instead of having lots of different systems talking different languages and so on.
So we use real-time data from Cisco CMX to count people. We use real-time sensor data from Signify multisensors to measure, for instance, temperature and humidity. You can think of a digital twin as a bridge between the physical and digital world. This pairing of the virtual and physical worlds allows analysis of data and monitoring of systems to head off problems before they even occur. In the building, we have several technologies to support space optimization. As a base technology, we have used Wi-Fi triangulation based on Cisco CMX. So we combine this technology together with Signify visual light communication, and the resolution here is about 50 centimeters. The Interact Office solution from Signify are based on open APIs. So this means that the solution integrates with Active Directory and Exchange. It integrates to meeting rooms, users, calendars, and other resources in the building.
We have lots of happy employees, I would say, and I think that's because of the environment that we have created with the lighting and so on. We are more now moving into a place where we can really decide ourselves where I want to sit, how I want my environment to be. We're really moving on and learning as we go. and expanding and searching the possibilities. So for the next years, I hope the smart office part will really be our kind of sweet spot. I've said it to my employees, we're not finished and we will probably never be.
I've mentioned APIs quite a bit, but Interact has created a developer partner program with a whole array of support for third-party developers who want to develop new apps and integrations on top of the Interact IoT platform. The Interact Developer Portal serves as an online community for Interact developers, Interact system overviews, and access to the Interact APIs. We regularly add to our set of APIs in order to enhance and extend the capabilities of the platform. We currently have available this set of 19 APIs distributed across all of the Interact software suites. Access to the developer portal is permission-based and secure. So how does a developer participate in the IDPP? As of today, there are two options, by invitation or by request. We evaluate each request based on the set of business criteria that you see here. This way, we ensure that we build a robust community of developers who can support and collaborate with one another. Finally, I'd like to mention some of the programs that Signify has in place to support Interact system design, financing, and operations. Signify system centers are located around the world for design and implementation support. Signify Capital can help organizations find innovative financing models, remove barriers to adoption based on budget constraints. And our global alliance partners, such as Cisco, Ericsson, Vodafone, and SAP, work with us to co-develop new connected lighting propositions that extend the functionality and value of the Interact system. This brings my presentation to an end. I really just scratched the surface of everything that Interact can do for a city or business. I invite you to discover more by visiting the Interact website. You can visit the global site at www.interact-lighting.com/global, where you'll always find the latest and most complete information. If you visit www.interact-lighting.com, on the other hand, you will be automatically redirected to the Interact site in the country or region where you are currently located. Thank you very much for listening.